was reported by Channel 12 and has been discussed in a couple of other places that I've been asked by the people in the community to comment on. It comes from the Whitnall School District, which is in south central Milwaukee County. They have a private contractor that handles the food services there. He's been arrested and criminally charged with very serious charges, alleging that he had plans for an unbelievably inappropriate liaison with a teenage boy. Literally had set up a dungeon to meet him in. The guy's the manager of the food services operation for the school district. He worked for a private contractor called Avians. Some residents of the district are very concerned to me, expressed rather very strong concerns to me about how they were communicated on this story by the Whitnall school system. I think the story is interesting because the person involved isn't an employee of the school district, but did work in the schools. So when we come back after the break, I'm going to share with you what I found out here, and you can make up your own mind as to whether or not you think that they've handled this correctly. I always urge people to put themselves in the other guy's shoes and decide what they would do if they were in a situation like this. Food services manager in a school had a dungeon prepared for a teenage boy. I'm telling you, every day, have people always been this weird, or are they getting weirder? Paul said they've always, dungeons. A dungeon. Paul, I think you're probably right. I think there are more dungeons now than there were 10 years ago, and I think internet porn's a big part of it. I think they see these dungeons on the internet porn, and therefore they build the dungeon themselves. Well, now you mentioned Silence of the Lambs. That movie was out there. How many people emulated that and started doing, I think the internet just makes it, I think we are crazier now than we used to be. And I think when people see these crazy things on the internet, they're likelier to act on it than they were before. Paul says he thinks it legitimizes it. So in other words, if you see one of these weirdos sees some internet porn with somebody with a kid in a dungeon, in his own mind, it makes it more acceptable for him to put together a dungeon for a kid himself. I think you're probably right about that. I think that most people who go internet porn, even with children, they stop at the level of just watching it and getting their fantasies. But it does take some people to the next level. I think it's making it worse. Guy created a dungeon for a 15-year... working in a school. Sometimes, I'm sorry, I'm not shocked by much. That shocks me. Doesn't that shock you? A dungeon. For crying, what? Watching a basketball game on TV isn't enough for you? A dungeon. Take a woman to dinner. Go to a movie. I mean, how weird do you have to be? How weird are some people? What are you going to do? I mean, what? You take a kid to a dungeon? That's your excitement? Paul said, get a bracket going on March Madness. I mean, I wonder how your desires get so screwed up. I'm glad I have the internet. I'm not out there building a dungeon. Paul says this is bubbling, but I had a guy ask me on the cruise, why are you into horse racing? I should have said, well, better that than building a dungeon. And what do you want me to do? Build a dungeon? A dungeon. He's building a dungeon. Should I stop?